Today on the channel, I can barely contain my excitement as we got another Ultimate Warrior WWE Mattel Elite. This time, the Target exclusive Legends Greatest Hits.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Legends Greatest Hits unboxing and review. And today, we got an all-timer. We got the Ultimate Warrior back in action. But for all your Target exclusives, Target. But for all your other wrestling figure needs, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And the Ultimate Warrior, of course, my favorite wrestler of all time. As a little kid, just couldn't believe the magic that was the Ultimate Warrior. Been a Warrior fan ever since, and it's always exciting for me here on the channel whenever we get a new Ultimate Warrior figure. And I've been stressing this one a little bit, as this line of greatest hits, at least in my area, pretty tough to find. At this point, I'm just missing King Booker as I film this. However, I do need to get another copy of this Warrior for my Men on Card collection. So fingers crossed we get a little bit of a stock or restock, depending, in the stores here for this one. But this Ultimate Warrior, a little bit more meat on the bone, a little bit more excitement than some of the other ones in the greatest hits, is they did finally get the proper skin tone, that wonderful hot dog tan, not just for Hulk Hogan anymore. They got that for the Ultimate Warrior right here, so that makes that one feel a little bit different than the prior one. And of course, we'll compare it to the prior Legends Ultimate Warrior Elite. And this figure, not this one, but the prior one, very special to me as well. Bad for my wallet, but good for my health, maybe. I don't know. You guys figure it out for me and tell me in the comments. That version of the Ultimate Warrior from the back in the Legends, early days of the Legends, is what got me back into wrestling figure collecting. When Jakks lost the license, I was having a kid at the time, I was married, I was starting my working career basically. I said, you know what, this is a perfect time to put a button on my wrestling figure collection. I got the classic superstars, it's bookend, it's done. It's a nice time to walk away. And then, one fateful night, my wife and I went to Big Lots of all time. Talk about disappointment. Not that night, though. They had a bunch of the Legends. They had, like, Volkov, Iron Sheik, or no Volkov. It was just Iron Sheik, Ultimate Warrior, of course. I forget who else they had. I don't think they had the Texas Tornado in there, but they did. You know, Big Lots was getting rid of a lot of that stuff at the time. And I looked at that Ultimate Warrior and I said, you know what, maybe I'll just buy the Ultimate Warrior. I'll just get the Warrior and I'll move on from there. Well, the rest was history. I started collecting Warrior. Then I said, you know what, I'm just going to get the Legends. Then it snowballed into, hey, I'm going to be an elite completist. And that's where we're at this point. It's never changed. So an interesting one, whenever I see this version of the Ultimate Warrior, it reminds me back to that faithful night, that start of an expensive night from the Mattel Elite line. But also, whenever I think of it, I always think of how we're going to do these unboxings. Way back then, I said, how would I ever do an unboxing? And back then, I don't even know if I knew what YouTube was. I probably did, but you know what I mean. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. We'll compare it to the other version of Warrior later in this video. Greatest hit style packaging. What is old is new again. Nice twist on a classic favorite, I guess we'll call this one here. Very strange in the packaging in these, though, because the Warrior looks kind of like lost in the package somewhere. You can see the glamour shot of Warrior in the background. Feels like it doesn't fill out the package the way I would like it to. I don't know, maybe that's just me. That's just a little bit of details there, but it does feel a little weird in the package to me. WWE logo, of course, the Legends logo. Greatest hits up top. Elite as well. Ultimate Warrior, Mattel. Big window box going on right here. Looking good. 8 and up on this. Put it in your notebook, Mark Summers. 8 and up on this. So any 7 and under, get him the heck out of here. Warrior looking only like a Warrior could look. Same thing over here. Elite, greatest hits, all that fun stuff. Got the cross sell down below, unboxing all these. We're just missing King Booker. Hopefully one day I find that out in the wild. And then we'll unbox him and Tugboat together, so stay tuned for that. Got some Gibber, got some Jabber, got the copyright there, got the glamour shot. Let's see what it says about our old friend, the Ultimate Warrior. Titles, WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion. He does come with the Intercontinental Champion in this one, of course, or Championship with this one, of course. When the Honky Tonk Man offered an open challenge for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam 1988, he made a huge mistake. Boy, did he ever. As if summoned by the power of all the warriors, Ultimate Warrior charged to the ring and ended the 15-month-long championship reign in a mere 32 seconds. And it would have probably been 20 seconds if he would have not done a little bit of this and that and running around back and forth. But it was still done. The Beast was done that night. Honky Tonk Man, still to me, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. Something special about Honky Tonk Man. Loved Honky Tonk Man as a kid. But Ultimate Warrior, obviously, I loved him even more. It was definitely a great day for all those Warrior fans. Oh my gosh, such an exciting time. There's Warrior in the back, peeking through, looking good. See you later, goodbye. But it was a big, big deal for me. And then it got even bigger, of course, when he defeated Hulkamania, WrestleMania 6. Never forget, Ultimate Warrior looking small here, looking small on the package. Twist ties, yep, we got them. Not just for Todd McFarlane anymore. Got that right there. Power of the Warrior compels us. Let's get him out of the package. Oh my gosh, locked in at the arms as well. We're locked in all over the place with this Warrior. They don't want people shoplifting Ultimate Warriors, and I know it's probably, I heard this, somebody fact check this if they want to. Ultimate Warrior figures were the #1 most shoplifted thing at Target stores. It's a wild thing. Don't fact check it like I said. But you would think it would be like laundry detergent or something like that. I knew a grocery store manager I was talking to just fairly recently, and he told me last quarter there was over $3,000 in like detergent that was stolen out of his store. That wasn't in inventory anymore. That was shoplifted from his store. Detergent, just detergent. Can you imagine everything else in the store? You combine all that together, no wonder prices are up. Jeez, what are we doing? Somebody be thieving, as they say. Who knows what's going on? See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Ultimate Warrior business, of course. I guess we'll start with this Intercontinental title. When I think of the Intercontinental title, this is the Intercontinental title I think of. So classic, so good. A lot like the Winged Eagle, of course. Just your childhood title belts always hold and resonate with you, of course. Beautiful. Seen it before. Hopefully we see it again. Got 2 fists of Ultimate Warrior Fury out of the package. He's ready to throw some punches and bunches if need be. He's also got 2 gripping hands over here. Even though the old version is very similar to this, there is some differences. One of them is I'm not going to put these on him like the last one did have, of course. But now we diving into the Warrior right here. Love, love, love this version here. Love it. Of course, the upgraded joints, all that. We know all about that. But on top of that, the upgraded skin tone color is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely do love the hot dog color, the more tan color here for him. It's not quite hot dog, Hulk Hogan hot dog, but it's definitely improved on this one. Absolutely love that. Now, the head sculpt here, you got that long flowing mane on the Ultimate Warrior looking very good here. Of course, face paint looking good. Not a super iconic face paint for the Warrior, so it does feel a little bit different. We get a lot of the same ones. Kind of feels like this does look a little bit different, but I love the blue in the Ultimate Warrior. It reminds me of that Heritage Edition Basic from many years ago. Definitely love that figure. Love the different colors on that. Would love to see that as an Elite one of these days as well. We'll see what happens there. And then it looks pretty good. The hair and everything else. Got a stoic face on there. Looking very, very nice. I'm here for that. Now, he does got an interesting look right here. Now, he does got the armbands going on. And we got yellow. We got black. We get the wrist tape. We got yellow, black. We got white. Only means one thing. Ultimate Warrior Striper? Well, I just fact-checked that, and Ultimate Warrior, not a Striper fan. Much like myself, not a Striper fan. Ultimate Warrior, not a Striper fan. I had to fact-check that, because I didn't feel like Warrior was feeling them Striper vibes. He was more of a Cinderella guy. Who knew? Him and Tom Kiefer hanging out back in the day. I never would have guessed that. I'm not a Cinderella guy either, but the way it goes, the way it goes. But looking interesting with these armbands. A little bit wild, kind of up in the air. Would like to have those kind of down a little bit more. Just have to kind of wiggle them through and move them around. But definitely Warrior, of course, the armbands. We know all about that with the Ultimate Warrior. Pretty blasé, pretty plain Jane. White trunks here. Got the yellow Warrior logo on the back. White knee pads. And then you got the frill, fringe, whatever you want to call it down here on the boots. Looking very good. Orange, white, blue, orange, white. Looking nice. Yellow boots on the Warrior. And then you got the tassels off the side of the knee pads as well. Looking good, looking like the Ultimate Warrior. Absolutely love this one. This one looks so cool just standing here. Definitely looks awesome. All muscled up. It's the Ultimate Warrior. Fists of Fury, we know all about that as well. Arms all the way around on the Warrior. Bicep cut. Double jointed pinless elbows playing all them hits. Those Striper hits, what it's playing right there. Hands removable back forth side to side. Ab crunch nice and tight. Feels real good. Waist articulation feeling good. Warrior splits, kinda getting a little bit of that weird Mattel leg articulation lately. It's like the legs just don't go up as much. It's like there needs to be a little bit more room in there. It's just too tight of a fit. So not as good of articulation as years past. Thigh cut looking good. Double jointed, how are we looking on pins here? It looks pinless. It's pinless. I'm here for that. They knew that. They said, we're going to make that pinless for Kyle, I'm sure. Double jointed pinless knees, we're here for that. Boot cut, ankles back forth, side to side. Feeling the power of the Warrior is what we're feeling right here today. And of course, he should fit on a Mattel WWE Ringside Collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% at Ringside Collectibles. What do you know? The Warrior fitting there. He's ready to go. He's running into our hearts forever is what he's doing. But we got Warrior from the past, of course. We got that old school Legends one. Definitely an improvement on here. Definitely got some differences. The biggest difference, of course, pinless joints on the new one, and then the skin tone color. Night and day on the skin tone. Looking very cool. Makes the head sculpt with the tan color, makes the head sculpt look even better than this one here, even though same paint job and everything else. Different hands. That's how I'm going to have this one with the different hands, of course. Different knee pads going on this one as well. And then more tassels on the arm than the original. So there is a difference with that there as well. So definitely a worthy upgrade. Still good to have this one in your collection. You should have all the Warriors. I'm telling you, you should have every single one in your collection. But definitely looking good right here. Same height between these two as well. No IRS issues with this one here. But looking nice, feeling good. It's the power of the Warrior. It compels us in the Greatest Hits Legend Target exclusive line. Hopefully I can find one more of these on my hunts the next couple of weeks before they're gone forever. And we see this Greatest Hits line. It didn't stick around very long last year. So I am a little bit worried, a little bit more challenging. If you're wanting these Greatest Hits and you see them in stores, you better think real fast if you want them or not, because you may not see them again. That's my concern with this Ultimate Warrior. And of course, still got to get King Booker. So hopefully I find him sooner rather than later. But there it is, the Ultimate Warrior back in the saddle again, like an old Aerosmith, not so much current day Aerosmith. So what are your guys' thoughts though? You all about this Ultimate Warrior? Are you getting this for an upgrade for your collection? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. And of course, we got ProWrestlingTees.com. Pick up a t-shirt, support the channel over there. Social media, SirPaul64 on the X is where you're going to find me. The _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and Instagram. So for the power of the Ultimate Warrior, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.